So we just found out Esports World Cup is going to be in Paris. First of all, just take us through, why is the competition moving?
It's always been our ambition to actually take the show on the road and have it be hosted in other countries around the world. And as it is a global esports platform, it makes total sense. But from our perspective, the regional situation and the instability was still a question mark for many of the players and the fans. So we really wanted to just be able to provide them stability and clarity. And we've decided to take the decision relatively early, still 8 weeks to go, so still quite close. But we're excited to bring EWC to Paris.
You mentioned, the regional instability there. Was it more because of flights, not being able to get flights there? Was it because of not being able to find locations? Was it because teams were worried about it? What were the different elements? There's
been a lot of travel disruption, and so that was a primary consideration for us, and a little bit of volatility. So this way gives us the ultimate confidence that we'll be able to bring in over 2,000 players from 100 different countries around the world. So it's a huge mobilization that requires an incredible amount of planning, and it's really hard for us to pivot on a 24-hour notice. So this way it gives us the confidence that we can build forward and build all of those plans, build those pathways for the players and the fans and the organizations that support the esports players to be able to get to the competition and be able to compete at the highest level.
And it's really important that you have the best players, the best teams there. Were there any that were saying to you behind the scenes, actually, we're a bit worried about this? Was there any pressure from that side?
The players just want to compete. This is a huge opportunity, and we know we've run EWC for 2 years now. Both times have been here in Riyadh. The players look forward to the competition because it's an incredible experience for them and for the clubs as well. The club championship is a unique angle for them, so they just wanted the confidence that they were going to be able to say, just tell us where to come and we'll be there. And that was really our primary driver.
2 months, as you said, you've done it as early as you feel you can to give stability. But that is quite a short amount of time for players, fans to change their plans. What are the logistics going to look like, being able to change this so quickly?
It's a huge undertaking. If you can imagine, we plan for 10 months of the year to operate for 2 months. EWC runs for 7 weeks, but we spend many, many, many months planning for it. So for us to pivot the entire event to a completely different country is a huge undertaking. And it's really only been possible with the support of the entire ecosystem. And this is what, for us, is the big differentiator. The only way that this happens is with governments, with the clubs, with the publishers, and with the fans all leaning in to help us make this happen. Otherwise, it would be impossible. The level of support that we've had has been phenomenal, and everybody really is just pulling towards making this happen. And we feel incredibly confident that we're going to put on an absolutely spectacular show over the course of the 7 weeks of the club championship.
Other events have been cancelled in Saudi Arabia, not the first, the Saudi Grand Prix being probably the biggest in Formula One. Do you feel like that kind of gave you more confidence to be able to change your plans by not being the first to do this?
It wasn't so much the confidence that it gave us, but for us, cancellation really wasn't ever going to be an option. The club ecosystem really relies on this event. This is an integral and critical beat for them over the course of their year of competition. And so we really wanted to find a way that we would be able to still put on the event at the same scale and give them the same platform to be able to build esports, because that ultimately is our goal, to build esports into a global sport. And that's something that we wanted to stick with. Delaying or postponing also wasn't an option for us, because the competitive calendar for the publishers and for the clubs and the players is already incredibly congested. And so this is really our window that we've worked in partnership with the publishers and the clubs to be able to find that. So the only other option for us was relocation.
There's some school of thought that thinks because it's in Paris, you might now get bigger audiences, you might get more fans coming just because it's slightly more accessible, especially for the big European clubs. Is there a part of you that thinks actually this could help grow it more?
We're really excited about that point. This opens up the tournament to an entirely new audience who might not have been able to make a long journey all the way to Saudi, but they're able to get on a train and come and experience it over the course of the 7 weeks of competition. So yes, it had always been part of our plan that we would rotate and we would have EWC hosted in different places around the world. It's just pulled up that schedule. But we definitely hope that we'll be able to welcome fans from across the whole of Europe and elsewhere in the world, as we do here, but maybe at a greater scale for sure.
When we spoke to you in the past, or spoke to the Esports World Cup in the past, it was in the context of some players boycotting the competition because it was in Saudi Arabia. Are you now expecting some players might now be there because it's in France?
We've always welcomed everybody to the Esports World Cup wherever it be hosted. So our stance on that continues, and we hope to welcome, as I say, more than 2,000 players over the course of those 7 weeks of competition with 25 different tournaments. So exciting times ahead for sure.
So do you still expect the Esports Nations Cup to happen in Riyadh?
Yes, absolutely. We have a good level of confidence that the situation will have stabilized by then, and we can welcome the players representing their countries and territories from around the world here to Riyadh to be able to compete on, for us, what is an incredible first tournament that we're going to run, the biggest scaled tournament of that nature that's ever happened. So yes, definitely plan at the moment is that we would be here, and we're excited to welcome everybody.
If things were essentially the same as they are now, would you be looking to move that as well?
Any situation, and you know this, with any global event, we always have contingencies, and it would be remiss of us not to have that. So for EWC, we had that, and in this situation with the instability, then we've put those contingencies into practice. We will have contingencies, but we feel confident that the situation will have stabilized by then, and we would be hosting ENC here.